Hello, everybody. Welcome to our next generation episode of Control, where we continue to do things. I appreciate it, Jingo. Realistically, I'm fine. I bought, like, 2.5 kilos of chicken the other day, and I had it in a crock pot last night for about 6 hours. I was trying a new recipe because normally when I cook chicken, I use a soy sauce based blend. I can put a Vicky timer on the stream. Um, we'll have it right under. We'll have it for 7 a.m. We'll have it right under our feller Basilmo countdown. There we go. Don't send him food. He ate an entire chicken and hummus. I didn't eat an entire chicken and hummus. I had I made 2.5 kilos of chicken, of which I jazzercised the amount of it, and like yeah, it went really well. I was not slurping my chicken loudly. When we were playing fucking EU4 earlier, it was not. I was not consuming anything other than cheese. That was muted, you bastard. I mean, it's better to suck rather than choke when you're consuming food. I would never advocate consuming food in such a manner. Though the reason why I didn't start streaming earlier in the day was entirely due to my mistake. One that I make more often than I would like, and I'm not proud to say. So I did a wee bit of exercise. And then wanted to take a nap. On my... not on my way home, because that would be a disaster of, like, massivo proportions. And... that's our previous director. Read that in a minute. I came home, and then I went to sleep, and I set a timer for, like, 5 a.m. You know, wanting to, have, like, a good few hours streaming today, because I wanted to end at, like, 9 a.m., which is, like, in 2 hours and 2 minutes. 20 minutes. But you see, I set my alarm for 5 p.m. in my tired state rather than a 5 a.m. And I woke up at around 6, which was 43 minutes ago. Quite befuddled at the state of the world, given the fact that, I was very, very, very confused. It wasn't a drunken 8-hour political rant. It was a mildly inebriated political rant that I then sobered up for because I did not have much gin. To read Dynamic Energy Extraction and Conversion, redacted. Oh, Northmore Sarcophagus Container. The NSC was designed by order of Deputy Chief Trent shortly before he became director. The container provides a safe method of extraction of Northmore's excess energy output while acting as a humane way to house him. The coolant pumps keep the container and its occupant from overheating while the energy is siphoned. The energy is then conducted to the converters, where it is rendered into a redacted through use of turbine generators. The energy produced powers the entire bureau, making us completely self-sufficient and effectively invisible on the New York City grid. After NSC's 01's disappearance by some unknown manifestation of the oldest house power, The occupant was restrained, and a second model was built. NSC-02 possesses built-in spatial anchors that are designed to prevent any translocative effects of its occupant. Oh, it's not the oldest house, it's Northmore. Gotcha. No, today is a very, or yesterday was a very active, like, mental stream of consciousness. I was talking with a few friends about, like, before things went to complete, silliness. We were looking at houses on, I was showing houses on Zillow, which I might do that on a stream one day, where we'll just look at the excesses of American housing and just look at all of, like, the $100 million homes and why we have to have urinals in bathrooms in private homes, which is something I'll never understand and never want to understand. And I think if it's because the olds are there, I think people need to get better at not having a skill issue when it comes to going to the bathroom. Hot take. Hello, Nitro. I know this is a delightful game, and I'm very, very happy to be playing it. We've been going through all of the Remedy games, to be fully candid, as what was our originally an Alan Wake long play that I decided to define as a Remedy long play. We have this, and then Alan Wake 2 afterwards. And then we might play Max Payne, though I haven't decided it. And we've done Quantum Break. Alan Wake 1, much better than I actually expected it to be. Alan Wake American Nightmare was also quite good. Quantum Break was really good, other than the FMVs, which I think overstayed their welcome, but were interesting. And yeah, there are 2 DLC for Control, as I understand it. One of them is titled AWE, which I believe focuses on Alan Wake, and also acts as kind of like a sort of je ne sais quoi about the operating structure of how this universe does their spookum juice, or altered world events, which is the kind of the plot of Alan Wake 1. Yeah. What I really like is how, from what I recall, because I watched Jesse Cox play this, like, a billion trillion years ago, when he was still on YouTube and not primarily having porn games as his YouTube content. And horror games, I guess. Horror, not horror. And the DLC kind of hints at what's going on in the next Alan Wake game, if I recall correctly. And I'm going to assume that the Federal Bureau of Control DLC in Alan Wake 2 will do the same for Control 2, which has been announced, and I'm very excited for it. Yeah, no, I have fallen in love with the universe here. I think this is the freshest thing I've seen in gaming in a while, where they're actually trying to put together a semi-cohesive or cohesive expanded universe for their lore and whatnot. And let me double check that, because I was fairly confident of it being a thing. Remedy game. Because, like, there's a chart. Alan Wake 2, Max Payne 1 and 2 remake. Yeah, Control 2. Not Discord. Green Man. Alan Wake 2 is the most recent. They're having a remake for Max Payne 1 and 2. Control 2... They're still dealing with the hiss. Not good. Remedy Entertainment and Annapurna Pictures have signed a strategic partnership agreement in development of Control 2, formerly known as Codename Heron. Sequel to Remedy's award-winning title and Control, self-published the title. Release year TBA. The answer is no. Max Payne 1 and 2? No idea either. And then Alan Wake 3 will happen at some point that no one knows anything about in the future. I mean, that's everything with Remedy games. You have, like, a lot of, like, lag time before you actually get the games to market due to the vagaries of them being an art house studio and not having the funds that one may want them to have. But to segue back for a minute, because I don't want to forget, I cooked 2.5 kilos of chicken last night. And normally I cook chicken with a very heavy soy sauce base to marinate and whatnot. Today, I did something different. I marinated in honey, cumin, garlic powder, and lemon pepper overnight. Then today, I put it in a crock pot submerged in chicken stock and lemon juice for about 6 hours and inside of a crock pot, and it went out very well. The flavor is not at all what I expected it to be. Maybe it's because I forgot to mention I put cumin in the initial kind of batch of marinade, but you know, sometimes it be like that. One thing I am sad about, to segue back to Remedy, is I have to determine whether or not... Well, no, I will have to do this, but I will finally have to break my long-standing... what do you call it? Determination not to engage in the world created by... Yeah, embargo. No, the Cuban Missile embargo on the video game franchise by the people who make not Outbreak. The Fortnite. The Chicken Dance people. Who own the other platform competitor to Steam that is not the one that CDPR owns, which is GOG. Why am I not remembering its name? I mean, when you're transferring around like a whole bunch of Rock Nitro, you gotta have your certification in order to get things going on. Yeah, Epic. And you see Nitro, I can't remember it because I've never used that platform at all. I mean, I'm sure you can pay someone to certify you on a forklift. I had the opportunity to do so when I was inside the, factory walls of the Bezos Imperium, but I was not cross-trained into that path because I didn't really push for it and would rather have been in different areas. But that's okay. We need additional diamond blades ASAP. Continuous rim this time to get back to clean cut research once. This black rock shit's tough. We're going through blades like we made damn things. The dimensions of the slabs, black rock they want us to have are outrageous. For all the grief they're causing me, these fire bricks better fucking work a treat. Go ahead, double last order. Feel that was appropriate for Oilman Axa. So Nitro, when you're thinking of someone engaging in a oil drilling or mining activity, of someone who is a foreman, I'm imagining like a southerner who's having like a very kind of like big time. And I'm very depressed that that is in the room over there. No, like, this is a diverse employment adventure, and, we have to employ accents that support and, provide for the diversity of the Federal Bureau of Control, which is a federal employer, and as such is an equal opportunity employer. The room? Well, like, if we have the room, I would have to do, like, the... what's his name? Not Hugo Boss, that's the German guy. Not Michael Cera, that's the twink. The guy who goes, I did not hit her! I did not! Oh, hi, Mark. That one. Tommy Wiseau. Thank you. Well, like, I've never seen The Room, and the closest I had to having kind of any interaction with it is Northern Lion references, and given the fact that I haven't watched a Northern Lion video in about a billion years because all he puts out is, like, Garbo now, I forgot. I forgot everything about the lore of Tommy Wiseau. Clinically insane sea rigs? But, like, do you have, like, a McGruff the crime dog, like, Dutch equivalent of, like, your, oil and gas producer people? Because, like, I can imagine, like, a salty sea dog speaking in a Dutch accent, basically operating the gas production efforts of the Royal Dutch Shell Company, which I'm presuming is your primarily oil and gas maker. They only have Stucky Wucky in the train? But, like, what type of animal is saying that? Because, like, is it, like, a cat? Is it a cat boy? Or is it something else? Don't imagine things that have a Dutch accent. That's too cruel. You see, Jingo, I have the shield of the radiance of me recently being asleep. So, no thought... Well, most thoughts are not too nightmarish for the pliant and pliable. Welly mine. No, Strudel, we determined this. Nya and Ara better than Nitro. So why would I need to outsource this to Nitro? We haben ein serious problem. What accent is that? We haben ein serious problem. I don't know what that is. We mostly have gas done by EBN and the government. That's Dutch. With a Russian accent. a Russian who lived in Germany. Listen, you know, there were a lot of displaced oil experts when the Soviet Union fell. Who's to say that none of them made their way to Dutchland, legally distinct and different from Deutschland, in order to assist the CBD Corporation from, you know, mining some of that good stuff and providing the people oil and gas. They didn't, they all went to Britain? No, that's the oligarchs. Or are you saying that all Russian people with skill and money went to Britain instead of anywhere else on the continent? Which, I suppose if we're going to think about it, Britain is a stereotypically dreary place, and I would believe Russia is also a stereotypically dreary place. So I can kind of see having that mix where you engage what you know. My Russian colleague is one of the most depressing people I know. Yeah, I would believe that. Back in undergrad, we had a series of... There was a Ukrainian couple who, was the kind of optics folks in our physics department, and they were dreary as all get out. Happy Vicky, Miss Jingo. Jingo has other things to worry about now. Yeah, now, but this is like a decade ago. Well, actually no, they had migrated many years ago. Nitro, these are people who've been in the United States for 30 years. And I'm more than aware of the... Actually, I'm more than aware of that action. Yes, because from my perspective, they've been in the country for 30 years, because where I come from is Sacramento, California, which is one of the biggest expatriate, like, Ukrainian communities in California. For, I think it might be the United States, but, so, like, I'm used to Russian, or, I'm used to, like, a lot of, like, Orthodox, Eastern Orthodox folks being in, local area. I mean, Nitro, if you don't get taken down by the heroin addict that's shitting on your shoes, I wish you a good attempt. And a decade ago was last week. We were using Amazon time here, my guy. Alright, so we need to go to Quarry Incident. When was the last time you've been to San Francisco? Because it's gotten much worse. During my weekly safety inspection of the quarry threshold, I discovered the entire crew in a state of redacted. The whole team was redacted, aligned, and staring in a uniform direction, the city in the distance. Despite my most vocal effort to gain their attention, they remained redacted. for more than redacted minutes until I had to resort to literally redacted. Afterwards, they were dazed and could not provide any rationale for their behavior or specific memories of engaging in it. My official recommendation for any crew working in threshold areas to either shorten the length of their shift or to carry out mandatory psych evals on a weekly basis, or preferably both. And maybe we should order another expedition to the city. That's a terrible idea. Yeah, I too visited San Francisco 12 years ago. Which person in this community do you imagine as that heroin addict? I mean, in the wider Jake-Port community, I don't know people well enough here. I mean, statistically speaking, given my upbringing, because I don't know the upbringing and specific behavioralisms of everyone else, I would have to say probably myself, which I'm not. But so long as your parents aren't in downtown, they should be fine, Mort. Just of who you know. And
there it is. Right where you led me. The HRAs, the prisms, they mean something to you. I need to get this prism to Marshall before it's too late. HRAs, then Dylan.
Do we have anyone that plays the saxophone in the community? If not, I would have to say probably one of our Canadian friends, due to their proximity to the most dangerous Canadian formerly alive, Rob Ford. As I'm aware, that man has the riz and candor of someone that can convince Maria Theresa to hit up some crank. But the lights are brighter there, you can forget all your troubles, forget all your cares. No, that's Tinseltown, where people just shit on the ground. Also shit on the ground. Yeah, see, that even goes to my point, Nitro. The harder the objective, the more impressive the riz. Which, you know, I am an individual that always appreciates and respects big riz havers. You know, such as our favorite character from Deus Ex Human Revolution, the Rizzler. No, I'm not fully making that up, though I am purposefully, being a wee bit of a pill. Goblin Wellington outside protects brain rot Welly inside. I mean, Goblin Welly has had to develop a very impressive resting bitch face due to the amount of, like, goblin activity in Cali, if I am to be, honest. And you're correct, Avenue, because when you have the option to, subordination to your will via drugs, you do it! It's very profitable. You know, when you have a captured market, there's nothing they can do other than buy your stuff. Whether that drug's opium, Coca-Cola, oil, crack. What are some other drugs we can have? What's like a really tasty sweet? Gummy bears. If we have it right here. You just addict, like, the Norwegian people to, like, family-sized packs of gummy bear. And when I say family-sized packs, I mean gummy bears that are the size of a family. And you just have a really good time. I don't know why I didn't just teleport over. I mean, sometimes you just gotta cut the gummy bears with Fent when you're trying to Breaking Bad your way out of your given problem. What if, like, what if, like, in another life that we just have, like, Kaiser Wilhelm reincarnated, but also he still has a withered arm, and in order to get, like, arm lengthening surgery, he has to sell fentanyl. He does like a Breaking Bad, but rather than for cancer, it's for arm lengthening serum. And, you know, we have a whole plotline because of that. Rather than meth, you have Fent bears. Gummy Fent? Gummy Fent. There we go. So, what do I want to do here? Abilities. I think it's loadout? Damage while in low health. Ammo cost per shot. Kaiser Wilhelm has to build Antlet Ropa in order to rehydrate his arm. I mean... there's a world where that's realistic. Well, I mean, you know... we're going to attain levels of chicanery. There is... we'll keep that one. Alright, what was I saying? Like, I don't know, there's like a ton of like crazy timeline ideas people have had over the years. Like, who's to say that Kaiser Wilhelm turning into a Bond villain in order to reactivate his arm isn't one of them? I mean, can it be any worse than, like, what are some, like, alternate universe type things that people have come up over time? There are the pervert ones, that if we were to wander away onto Archive of Our Own, there's a whole suite of horrors and, well, terrors that we can delight ourselves with. We're going to ignore all of the Hitler-related games, and by Hitler-related, I mean things that specifically have Hitler in the title on Steam. Yeah, exactly. What if we lived in a universe where Germany lost World War I? It'd be really weird. You don't know what would happen. Maybe, like, the Kaiser would have, like, opened up a pasta restaurant in order to act as, like, a leverage point in order to retain and retake the throne.
This is Lynn Salvador, head of Bureau Security. I'm making a formal security order due to the incident in April, case number 21HQ593. Improper use of the jukebox altered item led to 2 fatalities. We believe a pair of agents used the jukebox to travel to the quarry threshold and engage in inappropriate workplace behavior. An expedition team found them decomposing at the formation's base a week later. At least we found out the jukebox doesn't bring corpses back when the song ends. I'm having the jukebox placed in a secure location in the executive sector. It should never have been accessible to low clearance staff in the first place. The new location's security and proximity to a high-traffic area will prevent misuse, while still allowing for expedition teams to access it when required. See me for any further details.
Okay. And in Bummer, I did not mention TNO.
Another box of ammo unaccounted for. Nobody respects the clipboard.
Where do they get all their ammo from? They make their own? I agree. Both are fun in their own way. I'm still sad we don't have TNO2 because I really want to play China during the Great Asian War in order to defeat the perfidious Nipponese threat.
Encrypted organisms very
connection.
Is Marshall in here too? What if Italians didn't need more water because of their pasta? Italy could have invaded a country? We could have Italy succeeding in the invasion of Atlantis in order to acquire everything they need for their pasta adventures. We haven't considered that, Strudel. Analysis of Hiss Threat Part 2. Researchers were sent to transcribe the recursive chant repeated by the Hiss entities. In the interests of safety, this was done with the non-aggressive floating Hiss entities. However, no distinction between this repeating phrase and the one repeated by the more violent Hiss entities has been observed. What is the purpose of repeating strings of words? Is this how Hiss corrupts individuals? Does the chant produce a physical effect? Is it a message? An incantation? We were able to record first-hand recitation of the chanting. See corresponding record audio. Refer to file redacted for full report. The director gets the redacted file. Ah. Why would they need Atlantis for pasta? No, they're invading Atlantis for, I don't know. What do you invade Atlantis for? They're like adamantine armor. Or like mithril, because obviously if you're in Atlantis, we're living in a D&D existing timeline. So they're doing it for that. What about the timeline where Texas and Bavaria locations so Germany had the oil? Germany might have done a lot better in World War II if Bavaria was, had the geologic benefits of, Texas. Which we're not going to worry about that timeline because that one's actually scary. Where is Marshall? She is in the center. You have her hair, but you are not her. You are her.
Had to take a detour into the quarry, but I found plenty. Here.
We will start HRA production immediately. I promised I'd tell you about Dylan once you helped us.
This is it. She knows. 17 years I've waited.
Your brother is here. He was once known as Prime Candidate 6, codenamed P6. We brought him here after the ordinary event. He was groomed to be the future director. He had talents far beyond any other candidate in the program.
Of course he did. We found you together. We share a bond. Are you with him now? So you kidnapped him?
We took him in. Your parents vanished along with every other adult in Ordinary. Eventually, his power changed him. There were casualties. He wasn't fit to be the director.
Did you know about this? Is this why you didn't bring me here sooner? Were you keeping me away? Where is Dylan?
He's kept in the containment sector, in the Panopticon.
My brother. I thought we were the same. What if we are? I'm going. Now.
I expected as much. I need to go check on something. Something I cannot let the Hiss find. It shouldn't take long, but you must watch the Bureau while I'm gone. And remember, Dylan is dangerous. Do not let him out, Director Faden.
How do I make her stop calling me that? I'm not here for them. Nothing simple here. These people took my brother, but they've accepted me without question. Are they my enemies or my friends? I need to see Dylan. I need to know.
I mean, she did.
I wish you could tell me what you know, explain things. Just stay with me, okay? I could use a friend right now.
I mean, she did just tell you that he was going to be the director, so that puts him in a very positive position of power,
Something?
which means something may have gone wrong. I do find it amusing, the idea of Germany fighting the Goa'uld, though I would like to counter that is just the plot of the Full Metal Alchemist first movie, for the first anime, before we had Brotherhood. So we have seen that before. And the idea of the Third Reich facing Texas secessionists would have been really funny. Oh, good God. I agree we don't talk about that movie, but it is what is wrong with this room? Alright, so that's the previous thing we saw in the other office. I'm gonna see if there's any lore here. I really do need to watch the first 4 seasons of Dexter again before it got bad. I have gone through The Good Wife, and I've gotten to Season 5, and based off of what I've seen in Season 5, I'm not going to watch Seasons 5, 6, and 7, I believe. Maybe. To whom it may concern, in case you're not aware, something caused the sticky note in my office to duplicate. My office is unusable now. I will be working from home until this is resolved. You can reach me on my cell or home phone. Sincerely, Jay Bozer, Vice Chief of Staff. I mean, we have seen photos of the PDX office, haven't we, where they have like a lot of sticky notes in there. God, this... Like, this is the thing about the FBC where I find it fascinating. Like, if you have, like, the Federal Department of, like, paranormal nonsense, you're going to have, like, the room where, like, something goes catastrophically wrong and you have to deal with, like, well, I guess we have the not plasma, not phasma. It's the ghost goo. I want to avoid saying, like, something reprehensible, mentally, not, you know, otherwise. But ectoplasm, thank you. Well, we have a room covered in ectoplasm now after Howard opened up the thermos of nightmares and he turned into a gasm. It's terrible.
It's bad, but we
Enjoy
can handle
Boba
it.
with GF.
Just like we handled that altered item making everyone
Boba can always be a fun one.
Rachel, all sectors.
Had a sporting blazer made of sticky notes in a math class in high school. How hard was that to make? Oh, no. I understand now. How do we access this? Because that allows us limited teleportation abilities? Though I guess it doesn't matter for us, given the fact that we are the director and we have actual full transportation activities. Let's beep. Wait, did you go to a school that required a school uniform, Blobber? Because for me, that is such a arcane concept now. The Panopticon. Oh god. I think I went to a school that had that when I was small child, Welly. But we no longer had that
It would explain
at a
the hair
point.
loss.
Think about it. The precision that would require is unthinkable.
They might not be compulsory, but they usually exist. Nominal... Yeah.
Any word on survivors? We've located
I know that is the general logic for that. The counter issue is, like, if you're so poor, like, unless, like, your uniforms are given to you for free, like, you might just have, like, the same issue where, like, is very sad. Because, like, at least that I've seen it in America, it's, like, not fully a actual, like, you know, the Bigham's Academy.
Altered items. Maximum security prison. Dangerous.
You know, the Bigham's Academy, where they focus on teaching the next generation of American youth to create culinary concoctions of nightmarish form and function. Alright, so we'll say hello to El Directore. Hotline.
The containment sector, the Panopticon, is home to the altered items we find and contain. It is a maximum security prison. It's a vault for the most valuable treasures on Earth. It's a powder keg big enough to blow this world to dust. A temple, a place of worship filled with idols of angry gods. It's all of these, and none of them. It's something more profound, unbelievable, unknowable. Something worse. Altered items. We've found many. They appear mundane, but nothing could be further from the truth. They are all powerful, dangerous. They press heavy on our minds because that's their nature. They've been altered because we can't stop thinking about them. We put them on altars because they're used to being worshipped. This keeps them calm. We contain them, but they don't want to be controlled. We study them to discover what makes them tick. If this place were ever breached, it would be chaos of biblical proportions.
Okay. The... Oh. So, okay, I think I'm now more confident in the idea that the board is a manifestation of the human zeitgeist in order to act as an arbiter of all things that are altered or modified by such zeitgeist in the, this dimension, I will say. Oh god. But like, I don't know. The board is a bovine hive mind. I mean, the thing about that is, like, if enough people believe that the board was a bovine hive mind, it would be. It's all about the will of the minds of the folks that, you know, take part that matter in regards to devising our world here. Hive Moo? You know what? That's perfectly understandable. No, but we got Hive Moo. If the hive mind were from a Rastafarian country, we'd have the Hive Man. If we had the... Oh god, how do I continue this joke? I've run out of areas where I can take it. Yeah, no. I feel like... This is the thing I find fascinating, like, in what I enjoy about this world, is, like, there is a framework in place to understand how these things work, and then utilize them in other things. Other projects, other machinations, which is, like, you know, why, certain, like, nightmare scenarios can actually be quite interesting if you manage to get through to the other side, so to speak, of the nightmare. Just like how in an XCOM victory scenario, like, you become super able to fight, like, draconic vampires and stuff like that because you have, like, mega alien tech. Oh, dear God. But, like, you know, what's, like, a dimension where we have, like, legit kind of, like, angels and demons kind of stuff? Because, like, I'm going to ignore any conversation about theology in real life, because I'm too lazy to have that right now. But, like, if we were to go to a television show, like something like Lucifer, let's say, the detective show where the devil just becomes, like, the Hutch in a Starsky and Hutch duo to kind of, look at how to activate detective energies. Like, in that dimension, if, like, people were to discover that, like, the divine were a proper thing, like, there would be, like, there would have to be, like, a department, a research department dedicated to, like, holy energy, which is, like, how does that work? Do you just have, like, people that are working on how to create steel such that it can, like, kill demons? Because if so, that's hype. Like, imagine being in that department and just like, oh, well, you see the specifications of the steel you sent up from the lab doesn't have enough, of energy of the, you know, the true cross, so we have to figure out a way to do the thing in order to, you know, kill demons when they come to the world. I guess what I'm just saying is just, like, the plot of Supernatural here. Department of Theoretical Theology, Department of Practical Theology, and Department of High Energy Theology. High Energy Theology is just, like, holy shield, so, like, you don't have, like, a psychic, so, like, you're immune to succubi and incubi, or, like, I don't know, demon plasma? Oh my god, I'm slurring my speech. Demon plasma energy can't get you. Alright. I'm going to assume all of these areas are areas that have requested support. And these are the primary buildings. Needs a greater ratio of austenite to ferrite crystal components to achieve optimum daemon slaying power. Like, exactly. Like, that's what I love about, like, the idea of that is, like, you know, like, living in a reality where, like, that's a possibility is, like, hype, even if that is
Someone needs help over there.
horrifying to think about.
I'm here. What happened to you?
I got in a little scrap. Name's Horowitz.
Is he gonna be okay?
Don't look at me like that. I'm fine. But Wells is still in there. You gotta get him out.
Who's Wells?
My squad mate. We were hunting a runaway altered item. We followed it down into the clocks.
The clocks.
A threshold. The Bureau sealed it up years back because of all the clocks. We followed the altered item inside, but the way it was acting, we weren't ready. Me and Wells were the only ones to make it to the motel court. He was right behind me, but he never showed up on this side.
I'll go find him. But first, you need to get to a medic.
Wells is the medic. Please, you gotta get him out of there. I'll be fine, really. Roop can patch me up later.
Fine. But I'll be back for you.
I damn well hope so. Just use the motel cord there. It should get you into the clocks. Sorry, the threshold.
I mean, any type of degree system is what makes sense here, because we don't know how the mechanism would work. I like the idea of quenching it in holy water. Like, think about it. We have, like, 1 billion Catholics, 1 billion followers of Islam. If we're going to define it in the Dresden file terms of, like, how magic works, it's all about belief. So technically anyone who believes in religion or God could be used for this benefit. Like, what if, like, the way to make holy equipment is, like, belief-infused, like, iron? So you just, like, enforce, like, blood donation drives across the entire planet. So, like, you know, every believer is, like, required to, like, be subjected to, you know, blood donation so it can be, like, processed into, like, iron to be used in weapons. Bros reinvented Warhammer 40k. Uh, 805, 803. Is that what 40k is? Unsong, it has Placebomancy as a discipline. I'll slay vampires through belief in communism. Damn aristocratic liberal. Yeah, but what if you have Marxist vampires then, Mord? Like, you can't use the same methods that you employ to defeat the bourgeois. You're gonna have to invent an entirely new form of, like, anti-vamp, activities. Was that 11? No, that was 9:30. Alright. It's live Wellington. Good! I think that ladder is new. Loomis Manzanita Lake. Montana. I think Manzanita is not in Montana. See, like, because like this is a motel meant to like do like the travel people, it's hard to tell where it is, like inside of America. Watch my friend playlist, he's a fan of Remedy. We also have a running joke that he's sexually attracted to the cloth, don't ask. I mean, you know, there's enough shenanigans in the world where I can see it. But yeah, I'm sure this next area was incredibly titillating. Please let the first area be the goofy one. No, it's not. Okay.
This Wells guy can't be far.
There's a time and a place for every attraction. He just really liked the time part. Well, I mean, if your goal is to, like, maximize horny, the existence of, and have it related to time, I mean, time is such a
Clocks he was talking about.
major part of, like, our lives, so, you know, horny all the time. That, I regret that unintentional pun. Not even sure if that's technically a pun, but, you know, I think I've shamed my family lineage regardless. Oh, good God. So I will say, I do enjoy the word titillating. It reminds me of a scene from Dishonored, where in Dishonored 2, there is a group of aristocrats just waiting in a room, and they're just waiting. And, like, if you were to eavesdrop on their conversation, they're, like, talking about, like, oh, I've never had to be made to wait like some commoner before. And they're going back and forth, and, like, the end of it, one of them basically goes, oh, the idea of having to be in such a position is titillating. Or something like that. And it's just like, my guy, you need to calm down. In Fish, we all must have our own den of iniquities, or what have you. Oh, these guys are dead. Hello, my good man.
Are you Wells? Your friend asked me to come looking for you.
That must be Horowitz. Glad he got out. I stayed back to help the others. Did a shit job of it, clearly.
You tried. That's enough. Horowitz needs your help now. How do we get out of here?
We should head back through the threshold. We can look for other survivors as we go.
We better hurry. Which way?
Just follow the blood. Let's go.
So they followed in a altered item or an object of power in into this threshold. Is it just the clock one?
What's with the clocks?
Threshold effect. This used to be a regular office wing before the threshold manifested. The forces at play in there got a hold of someone's old clock and started duplicating it. Now the office is abandoned and its clock's all the way down.
I just love how awkward these videos are. Oh my god, it's so bad. Like, I know the dude likes the lady, but I don't know... Just the look she gave Dr. Darling, it's just like, you see your boss do the stupidest shit ever, and you know you can't say anything, but you just have to look at them. Oh, that poor lady. Oh, sweet Jesus. They're supposed to be my lab partner. Well, there was a note that we read earlier about it, where it is somewhat along those... Oh, good God. Somewhat along those lines, which is... funny? Sad funny? Or no, I think he was saying something like, "Hey babe, I know there's a lot of sexual tension between us. You know, I just wanted to say that I'm taking you out for steaks tonight, if you'd be willing. And we're gonna have a great time." Like, that was the kind of energy in the note. Now, I don't know how well
Think you can find a way around it?
Nerdo McGee
Let me see.
was able to convey that. But you know, he made an
So,
attempt,
you came down here for an altered item?
and
The anchor, yeah. Langston said it'd be a simple item retrieval. But the power of that thing, I've never seen anything like it.
will probably leading him to see HR if his bold strategy has failed. Alright, Altered Item 31, PE. Agents arrived in the town of Jasper Crossing, Arizona, hell yeah, after the communications department intercepted multiple phone calls to local authorities regarding frozen people in the streets. 4 of the 5 dispatched agents became paralyzed upon arriving at the scene. Additional assessment teams were dispatched. Variations of identification formula were tried with ineffectual results. Agents resorted to using aerial photography to study the positioning of the paralyzed individuals. Soon after, agents discovered the event's epicenter to be the local post office. Unaffected agents cleared the area of all paralyzed civilians, animals, and Bureau personnel before studying the item. Agents deemed susceptible to the item were tasked with interviewing and reinforming the public to stay away from the site. The item soon placed on a transport vehicle manned by unaffected agents. Air travel had been deemed too dangerous given the item's effect. Numerous reports of temporary paralysis were reported by civilians along the truck's route from Arizona to New York City. Floor 1, Unit 13. The Oscillator. The notion of fan death has now become widely known in the region, since foreign investigator Redacted met with a local journalist to explain how electric fans operate at speeds that may suffocate users by overly disturbing the air. As our agency is still young, we must take care to avoid missteps. Any explanation given to the public must provide sufficient, yet vague, rationale that will reaffirm their certainty that ours is a stable, controlled world. We must tread carefully, especially in this increasingly technological world, but the radio and other innovations allowing information to travel at speeds previously undreamt of. This is precisely why we insist that our department handle all communications with public bodies. With all due respect, William S. Powers, Head Department of Public Knowledge and Diversions. Discovered in the home of Agent Blank, after his young daughter complained of being followed by her rubber duck. According to Agent Redacted, the matter was ignored. Believed to be the result of a child's imagination until he began to hear the quacking at night. After discovering the item hiding in his daughter's closet, he brought it to the Bureau for study. It was discovered that the Agent Redacted was bringing known paranatural materials into his home, illegally taking them outside the oldest house. How this may have affected the creation of an altered item is being investigated. Agent Redacted has been terminated. Okay, this is the swan boat, not the rubber duck. The item made of fiberglass, painted to resemble a swan. Foot pedals allow the item to propel forward in water. The item emits a pulse of physical force at an estimated force of Redacted, possible connection to OOP-5. Measuring the exact force created by the item has been hindered by concerns from the Human Resources Department. The item was seized from a activity rental service called Redacted on location of Lake Redacted on Vancouver Island. The item was transported to the Bureau by helicopter. A containment specialist accompanied it, sent to recite Formula C.9 through 32 recursively. What occurred in the helicopter is not known, but all agents were lost in the crash. The item was recovered and then transported by train. It arrived at the Bureau without further incident. Right, that was my poor attempt at doing a Reagan. Got any more? Nope, we're good there. I mean, we've been going for about an hour and 13 minutes. I don't know how much brain rot we'd like to call having occurred today. We've had a couple... of lovely conversations of the varying variety. You really should be looting the body for the bodies for HRAs, if I'm going to be fully candid here. Yeah, that's the thing with the Bureau that kind of worries me at times, is like there's a lot of caution here that is reasonable and respectable, but at times they just go willy-nilly with this nonsense, and like you have to go like, what the hell, my guy, what are you doing? You see this more in the FBC themed Alan Wake 2 DLC, I think, where like there's a lot of like bad stuff happening. Bond villain Kaiser Wilhelm was nice. Oh yeah, I forgot about Kaiser Wilhelm. No, it wasn't Bond villain. In Strudel's rendition, it was Bond villain Kaiser Wilhelm. We brought upon ourselves the idea of an alternate universe, a fanfiction, if you will, of Kaiser Wilhelm II being reincarnated as someone who knows, like, I don't know, confectionery science and drug production. And we have, like, the plot of Breaking Bad occur, but not for, like, cancer treatment, but in order to have, like, human growth hormone in order to unwither his arm. Or maybe, like, give him, like, a nice robo-arm. You know, so we can have a nice big brass clock on it, like Laura's elaborating here. Refrigerator supplement? No, it's an altered item. Alright, so 1974. What's a 1970s accent? Can you tell us why you left your building that day? I was running to get eggs. There was that corner store on 30th. That's why I left Michael there on his own. Knew I wouldn't be gone long. He was drawing at the table when I left, had his crayons out, happy. The building came down when I was a block away. I ran back, started digging. City workers found Mikey later beside the fridge. The drawings hadn't come off. Tons of bricks fall on it, and those drawings are still there. How does that happen? You kept the refrigerator after the accident? Why? It still had his drawings. God must have kept the refrigerator safe for a reason, right? I'd get home from work and stare at them all night. I was in a real bad way back then. They'd gotten stuck to it or something. I thought about cutting them off, those magnets. But maybe it was because I didn't hold on to them, you know? Gotta move on, everyone says. What's my fridge got to do with the building collapse anyhow? End of relevant portion. It's been so long since I've seen that 70s show. It was really cute to see that 90s show. I think... please don't tell me that's Netflix. Netflix always cancels anything that's fun. It's fun. I wouldn't say it's good as the original, but, you know, hard to catch lightning. And I guess that reminds me, I need to go see, like, the exploits of, like, Fez and, like, Afro Man and Mila Kunis and Other Lady and the Twink guy in order to determine, like, what the adventures in the 70s were other than toking weed. Also, this area is completely scuffed.
When it was clear we couldn't contain the altered item, Horowitz ordered a retreat. We got out, but the Hiss were waiting for us. I took Horowitz to the motel court and went back for the others.
Where's the item?
That was brave of you.
I'm the medic. It's my job.
This is actually something I really appreciate about this over other, I wouldn't say horror, spooky games. Because, like, one of the things that I thought was a good feature, but is disheartening about Prey 2017 is the lack of ability to save people. Like, I really would like a game where, like, you can go through it and, like, there's a disaster happening and, like, you can actually rescue personnel to have some effect. I think it would be an interesting thing. Like, one of the neat capabilities in, like, Final Fantasy 13 X2? But I don't recall. Okay, Mr. Dead Dog, what do you think of this? You know that airplane we brought in? Like the actual proper airplane? Guess who they made catalog every individual piece of that plane to be examined for suspected altered status? I had to count every bolt, every nut, and piece of non-connected metal. And that's just on the exterior of the damn thing. Do you know how many pieces of hardware it takes to make a plane? I do. I do. Our guy is not having a good time. Please don't tell me the plane's down here. Thought that was later in the game. Oh no, it's the mold! The mold's going to be fighting the clocks.
Just keep going straight.
It's the nightmare scenario going on. Actually, where are we? Sealed threshold as part of this area. Jesus. Let's exit. Nothing over here. But, like, this is something I'm thinking of more and more as we're nearing the end of the Remedy games. Because I don't know if we're going to be going immediately into Alan Wake 2, though I do suspect quite heavily we are, because I really want to see Saga and Alan. But, like, what other games do we want to do next? Last time we had Clock Tower, we had... Oh god. I should put Oblivion on there because I have to, you know, I made a promise to read the Lusty Argonian Maid on stream if we ever played an Elder Scrolls game. And, regrettably, I keep my promises. So we can put that on there. Either this next one or next time. We could do the Cage games. Though, we might do that closer towards the end of the year. Might have a nice week where I take off and, try and binge the David Cage, adventures. Who knows?
Come on.
Where are we?
Hotel court is on the other side of logistics. Horowitz should still be there.
Yeah, a Christmas cage match. Words. That could work out quite well. You know, as we stole from Lucky recently, we can pilfer from Blobber. Concepts, that is. Something about a mannequin? Waste mannequin. The item was last owned by Madame Redacted, an operatic performer from Berlin. After her career ended in a public scandal, she relocated to Redacted, Maine, for reasons unknown, probably Bangor, so she could get her bang on. With her came trappings of her old life, including this item. Locals report that she rarely left her home in short years because she spent it in Redacted. After her death, caused by Redacted, the state held a public auction of her belongings, seeing as she had no known relatives. Various conflicting first-hand reports exist, but testimonies provided by witnesses of the event do contain some common elements. Most every witness saw numerous mannequins break through the house's windows, tumbling outside. Some witnesses report bright lights. Some report high-pitched singing. These are unverified. Numerous civilians inside the house at the time of the incident were hospitalized for various injuries. 2 were crushed to death. Agents were dispatched upon seeing an article relating to these events during the Bureau's daily scan of national periodicals. The item was quickly identified and brought to the Bureau. You're interested in what happens to little girl, what happens when she isn't beaten to death? Well, I will say this. There are 2 playthroughs of the David Cage games we are going to do. We're going to play them all straight again, i.e., play them such that you would play them because you're planning to win. This is where we came from. Or, like, to achieve the best ending, and I don't mind doing a bit of save scumming for that, if need be. Oh, that's so cute! Why is it redacted? No, Blobber plays it straight, but in a different way. Like, he plays it straight such that you should do in the, those horror games, where you should always play the character. The second playthrough I am going to do is... Oh. That brings us here. The second playthrough I'm going... the Mamb of Medan. Is how quickly we can arrive to a failure state in each David Cage game. Like, can we just get Lady killed in Beyond Two Souls? Like, if you fail every single QTE, or is, like, the first time you fail, for purposes here, we're going to avoid the cowboy molesto scene because fuck David Cage. But outside of that, like how quick can we get to, like, just the characters dying? Because I know for a fact in, he generally doesn't believe in game overs, I believe. It just takes some time. Or I suppose he narratively views it to be sufficiently appropriate. Why is man not following me? Like, in... Origami Killer, the origami... Where'd my guy go? Origami Killer, the origamiing. Like, where does he... Sorry, I'm baffling myself right now because I'm trying to find man. Hello?
Let's go.
Heavy Rain, yes. If you kill the character who is the origami killer, when he's fighting the drug lords, are you able... Like, what happens in that final scene where you're rescuing Child? Oh, his HRA failed.
Horowitz. Oh, God, no.
Like, how does that change the game? Or, like, if you just have every character die. What is that ending? I know you can do it in Heavy Rain for the most part. I don't know what you can do in Beyond Two Souls. You can probably kill all the ancillary characters that are supposed to be acting as, like, your, not Oni-chans, but, like, your spirit, friends.
I should talk to Wells. Make sure he's okay.
Or something like that. The game... What's the other game he made? He made Beyond Two Souls, Heavy Rain, Robo Segregation Simulator. There was another one he made besides Omicron. Right? Oh, Indigo Prophecy! God, I'm excited to play that one, finally. You finish that one. Okay, don't do that.
I'm sorry about your friend.
Thanks. And thanks for coming to get me. Horowitz's HRA must have been damaged in the threshold. Guy never put himself first. At least the anchor altered item is still locked away down in the clocks. I hope it rots down there.
That altered item needs to be dealt with before it hurts anyone else. I should go back down and contain it. Head to the executive sector, Wells. They could use a medic.
Thank you, Director. I'll go see what good I can do there.
We saved somebody! Who is Garth Marenghi? That sounds like a Ferengi, or it sounds like a Sith Lord, or it sounds like a Sith Lord Ferengi, which actually is something that very deeply concerns me, given the fact that I don't know what Ferenginar would do with force powers. Have I really not killed any? Oh, it's an executive. Unlimited profit. Yeah, exactly. What? The character behind the quote, I know the writers who use subtlety, but they're all cowards. Yeah. How do you not know who Garth Marenghi is? Because, like, I don't care about the Hollywood types, because, like, they're impressively bad at their jobs. By the way, Andor Season 2 is horseshit. From a writing perspective. It's shot very well, and many scenes are very, very good. The plot of the second season, absolute cockswallop, or whatever the hell you call it in a 1920s accent. I am very grumpy with the writing direction of the show. Which I won't say right now why, because it's recent. Codswallop, yes. Thank you, Blobber. It didn't give me a mission for the anchor? Like, if I remember in like 6 months' time, I'll probably complain about it. And just put like a spoiler message on screen, but well, I am a person who is surprisingly largely disconnected from the zeitgeist of, like, the conventional kind of conversations that people go on in the musings of their own life. And, like, no bother. And, like, as such, like, I might have heard quotes, but I never know the names of the people who say them. So, for example, like, Trying to think of like what an applicable example is. Like, I have no idea who like most actors are. I know DJ Michael Bosco. There is like Gordon Freeman. No, I mean Morgan Freeman. There's also Gordon Freeman. There is Michael Cera. Who is in that new movie made by...
This is the safe room Will showed me. The one with the altered item inside.
Mr. Man. What's that guy's name? The guy who does all those art house films that are of varying quality. You know, the guy who made the Hotel Anatolia or Hotel... Nabisco? God, what's it about? It's like set in a hotel in like the Austro-Hungarian Empire. I think it's a prison, and then it's like set 20, 30 years in the future, and then it goes back to the past. Maybe it's like 50 years in the future, actually. What is that movie called? Not Renee Zellweger. God, I wish I remembered who any of these people were. Wes Anderson, yes, thank you. You know Nicolas Cage, known for playing Nicolas Cage in The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent? Wait. I remember hearing about The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. But, like, I don't remember that. What's the movie I'm thinking about? It's like the one... This isn't a real movie. Wes Anderson. We'll go in order. Wes Anderson movies. Grand Budapest Hotel. There we go. And then the Phoenician Scheme comes out this year. You thought I was joking about it being a real movie? Yes, I thought it was a joke! The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Alright. I think we've talked about this before, if I'm gonna be entirely honest. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent is a 2022 American action comedy film directed by Tommy Gormican, who co-wrote the screenplay with Kevin Eden. It stars Nicolas Cage as a fictionalized version of himself, along a supporting cast of Tony Soprano and his various friends. Hollywood actor Nick Cage is struggling with his career after being passed over for several major film roles and is constantly pestered and tormented by Nikki, who appears to him as his younger and more successful self. His relationship with his ex-wife Olivia and daughter Addie is marred by years of emotional neglect. Losing a key film role and following an embarrassing event at Addie's birthday party, Nick announces the plan of retiring from acting. He decides to accept a vague offer of $1 million from his agent, Richard Fink, involving going to Mallorca to meet billionaire playboy Avi Gutierrez, the guest of honor at his birthday. Upon meeting Javi, Nick is initially annoyed by his neediness and insistence that they create an improvisational movie based on a script he wrote, but is soon inspired by Javi's determination. The two quickly bond over their surprising shared love of films such as The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari and Paddington 2, the latter of which Nick watches for the first time with Avi. I mean, it sounds like a meet cute, if I'm going to be entirely honest. I mean, I'm not going to read the rest of the plot here, which I see the CIA for, but you know, the first, 3 paragraphs make it seem like a meet cute between Nicolas Cage and, presumably a billionaire, which, you know, it's always good to have a billionaire on lock. I wish I had a billionaire on lock, but alas, I don't have the billionaire riz. Tragically. assuming we open this before I got distracted. Threshold with effective redacted clocks manifested in the containment sector in the middle of the clock department. Simultaneously, numerous clocks appeared in the area, injuring and killing many clocks. After rescuing operatives were completed and clocking, Rangers were sent down to discover the Threshold's epicenter. The sheer amount of clocks made the expedition impossible. The area was sealed off after removing the clocks proved an impossible task. The department was relocated and area abandoned. Researchers theorized the Threshold introduced unstable matter to our dimension, which adopted the form of the clock as clock, when introduced to more stable clock. I do like the idea of unredacting things.
Great. More clocks.
And just, like, let's say we were to go have a stream where we look at the JFK files, and we just treat... we have a stream where we just take a look at the JFK files. I like the idea that as soon as we talk about that, the character fucking dies. Oh my god. Alright, so we take a look at the JFK files, and we just treat it as an exercise of, like, ad-libs. So we find all of the redacted materials in the files, and we just, like, look at, like, what words we can fit in there to make the either most logical or most nonsensical apportionment of words, which I think would be pretty exciting, to be entirely honest.
The one with the altered item inside. Great. More clocks.
Very vast safe room this is. And we're... And I'm just shaming myself here in a fantabulous manner. Alright. Let's use our points. Astral constructs, weapon forms. We could get Pierce. Construct spin. So this is our SMG. This is our shotgun. Pardon me. Ugh. This is our rifle? What mods can we make? We can upgrade them. Perfect. Fire tier mods. Health recovery. That's really good. Dodge efficiency. Reload speed while shielded. More shield strength would be nice. Though I think we will keep our current set up. Give me that one and We'll keep the health damage one. And this time we won't fall in a pit. Alrighty, so we... I'm trying to remember what I was trying to blather on about. Oh yeah. Sadly. Yeah, no, I think that the idea of doing something silly and going through, like, that and then just treating it as ad-libs would be an amusing time. I've been thinking of, like, novelty streams we can endeavor upon doing as, like, kind of a,
This is a safe room, well shown. The one with the
goofy
alternate
way to
rooms.
spend a couple of
Clocks.
hours. I think that they might be fun from the perspective of, like, not spending oodles and oodles and oodles of time on them. But
How am I supposed to get across that?
I don't know what else we can do. Need to unlock the fly ability, my good friend. As we're off the map. Oh yeah, playing the David Cage games. I'm really excited to actually properly go through them, because I think the only ones we played on stream fully were... Ellie... Well... Small child becoming Ghost Hunter, partnering up and then being betrayed by... I'm something of a scientist myself. Guy is a novel experience. And small child is kidnapped by individual and forced to not eat. Actually, how did that kid not die? Because, like, I don't think he was given, like, any water or anything like that. And before anyone, you know, tries to make a joke here, like Wellington, he's surrounded by water. It's like shitty, like, Chicago water that's, like, icky because it's Chicago. And, like, what's gonna happen is, like, that kid's probably gonna catch, like, dysentery after, like, the plot of the game. So, like, we don't have good scenario, we have bad scenario. Have, like, Oregon Trail child. Which never goes well. That took all of us down. Though I am, in other news, trying to consider what I can do to do more adventures in cooking in the near future, because, like, I do love doing it, and I'm trying to, if not eat more healthily, at least eat more cheaply. In order to impress savings upon the wallet. And, like, I am trying to figure out, like, what are some good genres of food to go for. Because, like, I would like to get more into, like, general pastry making for both sweets and savories, like making my own pasties. The issue then there is actually figuring out how to make the filling for pasties, which is somewhat hard. I mean, yes. It would just simply be minced meat and diced vegetables, but like, it's like having it in a way that it doesn't goo out of like the pastry. Oh no. Which is more of the concern. There's just mold people. Oh god, there's mold people literally everywhere. They're tanky, holy crap. New variations of pizza would be nice as well, since that is kind of a hard thing to make. Well, hard-ish. Though I finally did find a dough recipe that I am enamored with, since, like, dough finding is the most difficult part about it. For those of you who haven't cooked pizza before. What the hell is shooting me? Oh, it's you. Can I walk over here? Yes. And then, like, there is just, like, general sweet activities. Like, I would like to do a thing. Patience is the most difficult part, waiting for the dough to settle and grow. I don't know. That's for bread, mainly. Pasty dough is pastry dough, and pastry dough you don't need to leaven, I think. Though I do suppose you're talking about pizza, not pastries. Which I do agree with, yeah. It is not very pog, as the kids say. Nor can you, like, make a lot of pizza dough and keep... Because, like, the one time I did it, I made a whole bunch of pizza dough, and I left it in the fridge for a couple of days. It just fermented in the fridge, and it made me very sad. Now, granted, I might have goofed something up, because I'm not a fermentation scientist. Which is unfortunate. Oh, that's bad. How do I release there we go. That is true. Nitro would probably know what to do about fermenting pizza. Which gives me the horrifying thought is, what if we had pizza-flavored beer? Which we might have. Because, like, while there might be many big-brained individuals of varying brilliances and shining petards, you, as part of that, have people who get too clever, and, you have nightmares occur. Which is very bad. Altered item 72, PE. No unique procedures required, however, contact should be limited, as some report feeling disoriented after touching it. Item is handmade, set in dark wood. The item itself is lacquered, hand-painted. Spins freely on all axes, while the continents and oceans are recognizably those of Earth. Careful examination has revealed numerous national border differences and other geographic conditions that do not exist on our planet. One of these islands has a city marked on it, Tan Relio, and there are no signatures left by its maker. Physical contact renders the subject dizzy and disoriented, with some reporting of feeling unfamiliarity with their surroundings. This effect seems to grow worse with prolonged contact, culminating in a sense of listlessness and depression. Suicide has been observed in redacted handlers. Turning pizza into beer, Blobber. That would probably be in my classification of things. That would be the makers of it getting, too clever with themselves. And before anyone says, like, oh, Wellington, no one would ever do that. There is a YouTube channel, by which I mean an Instagram channel, that I follow, actually, and a YouTube channel that I follow, that do nothing but create the horrifying corruptions of the alcoholic kind. Such as Monster Energy drink, flavored gin. Important. Feels important. A urgent vision. Writing this down so I don't forget. Saw this dream when I fell asleep during Dr. Darling's presentation of food poisoning. I ate a mushroom salad for lunch. I saw an inverted black pyramid, the board, astral plane, then a red pyramid had appeared underneath. What's that? It felt scary and sad news. They moved to be on top of each other, like elevator lights going up. Is this the sector elevator? Then they converged, docked. Oh, that shit. Oh, shit. It's an hourglass, a doomsday clock. It started flashing wildly. Sand is leading down. Felt, oh no, terrible, fuck. Now it's all down and the red is on top. This can't happen. We must stop this from happening. They roll us now. I woke up screaming. This is a warning. Just imagine, like, you're in a meeting, you fall asleep due to bad mushrooms, and you just start tweaking out. That is actually a very, foreshadowing thing right there, is all I will say.
P6 is what the Bureau calls Dylan. His cell's been breached. Has the Hiss found him? Are you there with him? Can you protect him?
But I don't know, like, Oni-chan? The thing that Strudel showed me many a year ago. That's not good. That there is a canned spaghetti pizza. Which I felt was nightmarish. Yeah, we're in the SCP region indeed. Please stop putting spaghetti in anything but a bowl. I don't know, I think spaghetti can go good in a bread bowl. If I'm entirely honest. Oh god, that's just no. Spaghetti toasty is top shelf. I would agree with that. I'm quite partial to having leftover lasagna in a sandwich-like repository, by which I mean you take leftover lasagna, put it on bread, and then put ranch dressing on it. That's pretty pog, as the kids would say. I haven't had that in a while, though. Should really have that soon. The problem is me having to go to an Italian restaurant. No, I thoroughly enjoy that. I'm not lying or kidding about that. That is like Wellington like legitimately likes that.
It's been a long time since Dylan and I knew each other. I've wondered about him. What kind of man he'd grow up to be. If things as hard for him as they were for me. Maybe in here, they were even harder.
Oh, that's really weird, this lighting. That's because it wasn't supposed to look like that. Okay.
Oh, hello. Is there something I can help you with?
I'm Jessie, the new director. I need to get inside.
New director? Right. Well, okay. Hello, I'm Frederick Langston, the Panopticon supervisor. It's not the best time for a tour. We have hiss everywhere, numerous cell breaches, and system failures across the board, but you're the director, so here we go. Founded by Zachariah Trench, the Panopticon is our state-of-the-art repository for all altered items.
I don't have time for this.
Power and...
I was told Dylan Faden was kept here. Can you help me find him?
Faden? Sure. Darling wanted him somewhere secure and isolated away from people. He's in the maximum security cells, upper level. But there's currently a pressing matter, ma'am. We've got an object of power loose in there. It's wrecking the place. The Benikoff TV, it's a real doozy. Salvador took a team in to handle it, but no one's heard from them for hours. This is a Category 5 OOP we're talking about, and if we don't contain it soon, it will tear the Panopticon apart. And we don't want all those altered items getting loose, ma'am. No, trust me.
Dylan's in there. Open the door, Langston. I'll handle it.
If you say so. I usually tell first-timers not to touch anything, so, just do that. Here, I'll get the door for you.
I'm the director,
And
bitch.
please, ma'am, call me Fred.
Alright, so
Thanks,
this
Langston.
guy gives me the energy of a dude from the 1950s that went out of his way to try and fuck his secretaries in a very creepy manner.
A crisis. Would you like me to list them for you?
No! What's your guy's deal?
Alright, let's talk to the diddler.
Is the TV back in its box yet? There's no rush or anything, it's just, you know, an ongoing concern.
Do you like working at the FBC?
Sure. I mean, yeah, the drama's a bit much, but I get better benefits here than I would over at the Postal Service. I checked. Better healthcare. That's not to say I don't like my job, ma'am. Been here over 15 years. No one knows the Panopticon collection better than me. I'm, close to them, in a way.
I can't tell if that's creepy or normal here. How do you keep the altered items under control?
It depends on the item. Each one has different needs. Ritualistic touches go a long way. Singing to them,
Did he say
flipping the
singing?
lights 3 times, that sort of thing. It's not superstition if it works.
And like that energy right there is where I'll agree with Blobber, where I could see him being a classical composer, where it's kind of like the energy of like the art of containment.
What's the difference between objects of power and altered items?
Think of them like storms. Objects of power are like tropical cyclones or hurricanes for the uneducated. They're big, rare, and scary. Of course, directors can just bind the OOP and become the eye of the storm. Altered items are more like weird thunderstorms. Some may rain frogs, some may rain corn, but they all rain something.
And how does the hiss factor into all that?
It's changing them, making them aggressive. Now they're all raining, I don't know, knives. Knife rain.
Nice metaphor.
Alright, that just got him upgraded to adorable adjacent.
Did you work closely with Trench?
He spent most of his time with Darling and all them. The inner circle. Not that I care.
Trench certainly had his favorites.
He did stop in occasionally to scowl and smoke. Did you know the Bureau has a no smoking policy? It does. just not for Trench. Still, he is the one who put aside funding for the Panopticon. The man did have vision.
How did you get this job?
Started as a junior agent because my uncle knew a guy. From there, I got put on a desk until an accident left the containment sector severely understaffed. At which point, I got bumped up to management. Put in a steady 8 hours a day for another 10 years, and voila, supervisor.
I just picked up a gun. Or a gun picked me.
Oh, I love you, Jesse.
I'll
You're
see you
a fucking
later, Langston.
goofball.
I'll be here, like always.
Don't sound sad about that. This is literally your dream job, sitting around doing nothing.
But that object of power will wreck this place before I find him.
Holy crap. Reminds me, FBC Firebreak came out today, which is exciting. It's one of them multiplayer shooters like Helldivers, where apparently you're defending this place from its inevitable explosion in the Bane manner. For those of you familiar with the character Bane from how Harley Quinn, the television show, cast his character. No, I got a thing in my Steam today that was just like, yo dog, FBC Firebreak came out. Then I think the next game is the remasters of Alcoholic Police Detective whose family died. We have a mailbox. A wicker basket? Alright, so that's how you summon bears. Oh, that's the fan death thing. Wait, collectible. Case file. Altered items. Oh, where is it? Fan supplement. Yeah, there it is. Unit 15. 209. Postbox. So this is what paralyzes people. So this one is the one that selectively paralyzes people in a nearby area. We haven't gotten any lore about Picnic Basket. Is that just a sledgehammer? It's like a Donkey Kong sledgehammer. AI containment? Oh, altered item containment. Why is 3 redacted? Why?
Something went wrong with the Bureau's plan to make Dylan the next director. Marshall made it sound like it was all Dylan's fault, but how much of it was what the Bureau did to him? I don't think she's telling me anything.
I mean, it very well could be. Though I would like to know what the 3rd level is.
Hello? Is anyone there?
What are you doing in there?
Oh, thank God!
Look, someone has to watch this object at all times, or it deviates. My shifter blades have never showed up. Can you help me?
Damn. I can't. I'm sorry. There's an emergency. I'll come back. I promise.
Okay, just don't forget. I can't stare at this thing much longer.
Oh, that guy's so going to die. That's really worrying. What's, 414. I mean, it could be inspired by Roadside Picnic. We know that the Remedy people are literature inspired like, which is always a fun way to be. But, like, I watched the movie a while ago, though I don't remember much of it because it's in Russian. The concept is fascinating. Like, I just enjoy the idea that, like, thing happens which causes, like, the world to be altered and you have goofy things going on. Right, and that's what we were being directed to look at earlier, so that's the team kind of holding the way still. Alright, we haven't heard anything about the Benikoff TV.
That's the object of power. I need to cleanse it.
So, we have, effectively, telekinesis. Oh, good God. We have telekinesis, we have dodge capability, we have force projection. Or not force projection, what is it? Shielding. Like, what power is the Benikoff TV going to give us? It seems to manipulate phase? But I don't think it's flight. Like, I can imagine the swan being flight, to be entirely honest, but I guess that's an alternate item and not an oop. And we need... Oh, there's the director. I think Stalker 2 is a game I would probably like us to play at some point as well. Because, like, I tried playing it on launch, but it was a bit too buggy for my sensibilities. As much as I like goofy things, there is too far one can go. I would have liked to do the earlier iterations, but they're just too crashy. Like, I was doing Call of Pripyat, or whatever the hell the first one is, and I just was unable. I got to one of the missions that I believe was fairly early in the game, and like I kept crashing because a dog spawned, and I guess it wasn't assigned the correct information, so I had to go in and just like edit out that entity, and it was a whole ordeal. And like that game and that world is just so fun, fascinating that like it disheartens my soul that you have to fight so hard with it in order to play it.
That thing was Salvador, the head of security. His team didn't stand a chance against the Hiss. No one here does.
Yeah. That's why I kind of wish they would go back through and remake them in, like, Goblin Engine. I don't need something with the fidelity of, like, Real Boy Unreal 5. Just, you know, something that allows you to do what you need, what you're able to do. Anchor supplements. The crew of the White Ocelot was first encountered at the strange spherical phenomena while fishing in the Redacted. Witnesses described it as a black sphere with a faint light behind it. It hovered just off the bow of the ship. The crew redacted by throwing a tin bucket, which disappeared into the sphere. Soon after, the vessel lost structural integrity. The ship's metal rusted and fell apart within minutes. As the ship sank, the sphere lowered into the water. A passing fish vessel called it the Redacted, rescued with a 4 surviving crew. Agents were dispatched to the White Ocelot's last known coordinates, Redacted, and began diving operations. On the ocean floor, agents found the sphere. The ship was entirely destroyed except for its anchor. As the agents lifted the anchor off the ocean floor, they noticed the sphere behaved in conjunction with the anchor. Moving and stopping as one. Contact with the sphere was avoided, but handling the anchor proved harmless. The item was transported by the Redacted to the U.S. port of Redacted. Upon arriving in New York, it was brought into the Bureau via the Redacted. It's like Jake come back from the Philippines. Oh, I did not mean to do a Scottish accent. I was trying to do like the sea captain from Simpsons accent, but it just turned Scottish. Use the TV babysitter. Levitate superhero over the obstacle. What is, like, how did I fucking whiff that so bad? Oh, it is! The teleporting boy. Oh, no. Like, Yar! I'm the captain! Yar! I guess is more like that. I mean, it could very well be the thing. I am uncertain about that fact because I am not a pirate lore man. So I cannot give you an answer that is as sincere as the Wellington Promise. Though I think I have been banned from the nation of Scotland for that horrible attempt at voice. Ugh. So, like, there are worse things that I have done. I think my Irish accent is just as bad. Like, honestly, I'm just trying to tally up all the nations of the world that I am now banned from due to my inability to perform an accent. Newsflash, APB. The Histatic is attempting our broadcast must survive.
Dealt with the TV. Now I can find Dylan.
But, like, I don't know. The words that I'm trying to use are infested by my brain as I am attempting to speak while dodging enemies in a poor manner. So I think we have the capability now to hover down to level 3. What is it? Missions. The explicit thing we have right now is my brother's keeper. It's to go try and find Dylan. And all of her friends died. No. And I guess the elevator's scuppered, so we have to go this way. But yeah, like, the pirate captain is like, you have to begin with a yar, and it goes, like, very gravelly voice. God, not the swan boat. Honestly, I need to rewatch The Simpsons again from start to finish to see, like, kind of the variation in voices that they use. Because, like, everyone has their own energy. That's not creepy at all. Because, like, what is level 5? Level 4 is fortified units. Level 5 is P6 cells, so presumably these are fortified units as well? A water cooler. More modern Jesse and James voice sounds so wrong to me. Oh god! They would have had to change voice actors if it's been 30 years! That scares me. Hello? Well, I mean...
Can you hear me?
Oh...
Jesse. Are you there, Jesse?
Emily? He's gone. Dylan isn't here. He might be nearby. Or maybe the hiss got to him. I don't know.
Jesse, listen. Dylan's here. With us. He just walked in. He says he is giving himself up. He's been affected by the hiss, but he is different than the others. We must isolate him.
I'm on my way.
Hey, I'm Bess. And that's another thing I need to go through. I need to go through the Nancy Drews. We'll have a Wellington Marathon where I go through every single Nancy Drew game back to back without stopping the stream. And then I will proceed to have died, or ascend to Valhalla, as one might expect. Welly, why I bear that cross that others don't need to? All 300 hours? Yeah, we're gonna do all 300 hours. You know, we gotta one-up Jake and his vaunted goal of, playing all, the DJ, Pinocchio Smasher? Professor Layton. Back to back.
Too much of your time today, Dylan. Like I said, I want to talk about Jessie, her sister.
What about her?
I just want to get your perspective. What do you think of her? What kind of person is she? That sort of thing.
I adored my sister. When I was little, I mean, back in Ordinary.
And you don't anymore?
When I first got here, sure. I'd always hoped she'd come to. Find me, to take me home. We went everywhere together. Why should this be any different? Casper's at home too. If she wanted to. But she never did.
Why do you think that is?
Because she didn't care about me. She always wanted to be out on her own, seeing the world. She always said so. I guess she got what she wanted.
Great. So she wanted to see the world. Did she ever mention any place in particular?
Why?
We like to ask questions around here. You know that. Any particular cities, towns, landmarks, anything like that?
I don't remember.
What about family and friends? Were you close with anyone living outside of Ordinary?
I'm done with this. Tell Casper I want pizza for lunch today.
Dylan, wait. We're not... End of session.
I don't know, man. I just gotta say words in order to, like, activate my brain regarding, like, what connections I need to draw to elicit the words that I desire. But, Blobber, have you gone through all of the Nancy Drews? I believe I recall you going through... Are there only 13? I thought there was like 30. Oh, no, you've only played 13. I understand now. Well... You know, probably for the same reason why you might play it, is just like the curiosity of it, like, okay, like... You know, this is a Razzmatazz special, the Nancy Drew games are. Let's see what the hype's about. Bucko! And then proceed to get, smashed by the randomness. Yes, one of the mainstays of the channel, for, streams you do. 'Cause, like, is that what inspired doing the Senior Detectives, streams? Where's the hype about them? I don't know. They seem to be suffering specials based off of what I heard from the marathon. Last time I did spend any significant time with that class of people was when I myself was a preteen. 20 years ago. That hurts me very deeply. Shamelessly copying Day 9's mostly walking. I mean, it do be like that, as I've come to realize, cause like, most of Jake's content is stolen from Lucky. Which was going to be called Shitty Adventure Games. Gotta love our shitty adventure games. Our most beloved of friends. So what is floor 3? They're also fortified units. Yeah, that is something that I have taken on ideologically myself, is like, when making content on Twitch, or in general, like, make content that you yourself enjoy or find yourself levitating to, gravitating to. Because, like, I realize the, historically, like, when I was coming up, the folks that I watched the most were kind of stream of consciousness kind of folks in regards to things they say, which is why I keep referencing Lego talk. When mention, oh god, that is death. When I mention it, because that is what Sips and Shin described it as back before Shin was redacted, and well, Sips is still doing YouTube, so or well, mainly streaming now, but when they described it on the YouTube Let's Play many years ago. Alright, so I want to see if Sassy Man has any other thing. Alright, you've been upgraded from potential perv to officially in the adorable category. Adorable goofball.
I miss my desk.
I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always.
It's always fascinating what y'all and Morgan, or what you and Morgan come across in those streams. Because, like, I enjoy them thoroughly myself. Because it's fun to see what's out there and y'all doing it. But, like, I would never have expected to see, like, a stuffed teddy bear detective that's, like, disassociating. Like, that was never in my purview of, like, video games.
Captured is the director's brother?
Brother? And she brought him here? She's gonna get us all killed.
What if she's working with the Hiss? Isn't it strange she showed up just when they did?
Y'all fuckers have anything you want to say to my face? Alright, long pants. A focus group only consisting of you. It's set on a train and the bad guy is called Horse Lover. Oh no. What did Horse Lover do? Oh no.
I found this token. Any idea what it does?
That is a jukebox token. Little bastards turn up in the weirdest places, like bad pennies. The Rangers use them to activate an old object of power.
A jukebox, I assume. Does it have any good songs?
Nope, just the one record. Hey, be careful turning it on, though. When it's playing, you get a free trip to the Formation.
The Formation? That sounds ominous. Why does it send you there?
The Bureau has been wondering that for years. I mean, it's just a pile of rocks built by God knows who, but well, researchers have confirmed it's in the same threshold as the Quarry. Well, no one's ever been able to map a physical route to the formation from maintenance.
So it's in the quarry. You just don't know where.
Pretty much. We only send in annual expeditions to the formation now. Checkups, Salvador calls them. This year's team went in the day the Hiss arrived. What do you think of it? The song should have brought it back hours ago.
I can go in and take a look.
I'd appreciate that. The jukebox is kept just past the security booth over there. Just put in the token and enjoy the ride.
What's the deal with Blackrock?
Oh, fuck. Don't get me started on Blackrock. You know, ever since research found out that it blocks paranatural stuff, they have just been parading dangerous materials in and out of the fucking quarry. Fucking lab coats, man. Love making my job harder.
Sounds like there's some tension between departments.
Still, at least the quarry's got a good view of the night sky. You know, me and Salvador used to have after-work beers down there.
What do you know about Dr. Darling?
About as much as anybody, I guess. Head of research, loves to hear himself talk. All of those science types absolutely do. He's been acting a little bit psycho recently. Although HR told me not to use that word, so...
Everyone thinks finding Darling will lead us to the answers. But if he's completely lost it, then what help could he be? You're security, right? Do you work with Rangers?
Not often. Rangers are specially trained in threshold reconnaissance and ground zero AWE response. Security is more interested in the dangers inside the Bureau.
They must see some weird stuff out there.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, every week they are tackling things that were previously unknown to the human experience. Most Rangers, they retire due to cognitive collapse. I looked up the medical definition. Not fun.
How does the Bureau handle thresholds?
Handle might be a bit of an optimistic way to put it. Marshall sends her Rangers in to map them, check growth rates, locate epicenters, take samples, measure stuff, basically.
Sounds like he's done his homework.
Now, down in maintenance, thresholds are used just like any other tool. Lab coats mine Blackrock from one, maintenance siphons water from another. We use it for pretty much everything, except drinking.
Why don't you drink it? Do I even want to know?
Yeah, a lot of time we find these little chunks in it. It's gross.
I didn't want to know. What do you think of Marshall?
Marshall? Marshall's a fucking badass. Rangers could not ask for a better leader. She's a little, intense, but given the stuff she's seen, I'm not surprised. She does have a bad habit of disappearing, though.
Where does she go?
Last time she vanished, I did some digging into the security logs. I found camera footage of her entering the quarry. She was down there alone for days. Now, typically that's not allowed, but Marshall is kind of above the rules.
I wonder what she finds so interesting in the quarry.
Alrighty. What game was it, Blobber? Was it the time travel train one? In the theme of time travel?
Oh my god, did she have to write everything in her made-up gibberish code? Fucking Marshall with her CIA spy shit, god.
Gadget past as future. Gadget past as future. Oh, it's a 45-minute playthrough. There's like a time man right here. Wait, no, that 2 hours. And it's made by the Japanese. Oh, God. Old, early 3D is truly a sight to behold. It looks interesting. Yeah. I noticed that Steam added the PlayStation 1. I noticed that there's been a lot of like games added to the PlayStation. Not PlayStation, but the video game known as thing. Wow, my brain is redacted, which is unfortunate. Put me in this. Please let me click on game. PS version is only in Japanese though. Yeah, that does sound about right. Only the Japanese get to have nice things. Truly cruel. I like the idea of levitating more, but I do not feel that it is necessarily necessary. The energy, though, very much strikes me as yes. So we can get 60% more energy right now. I did come up with another video game idea last stream, Blobber. Basically creating a game that allows us to engage in the managing the collapse of a galactic empire, kind of the way that the Foundation novels do. Where the gameplay is kind of like Fate of the World, but less terrible. Timeline of events. To examine the invasion's timeline of events for possible patterns of his behavior, establishing a timeline is difficult at present time because of a lack of reliable communications between Bureau sectors and staff. Preliminary models indicate ground zero of the invasion is located within the executive sector. Once it becomes possible to interview surviving personnel, pinpointing the exact location should be feasible. Other outstanding questions in that a timeline may help answer. How did the Hiss get past the internal lockdown? How does the Hiss residents advance through space, deliberately or uniformly? What is their ultimate goal? The outside world, a cross-dimensional destination? Refer to redacted for full report. If we understand the Hiss to be a force based on vibration and resonance, then perhaps their incantation, which is now the agreed upon term for their vocalizations, is an effort to express that resonance using human vocal cords and speech. Would there be differences if the incantation recited in a different language? The most common word used is want. Interestingly, every usage of the word is attributed to you. You want to listen. You want this to be true. You want these waves to drag you away. Are we the you the Hiss is referring to? Does the Hiss believe humanity, possibly all non-Hiss life, wants to join it? To be consumed by it? Is that its goal? The second most used word are through time. Is it possible the Hiss is stating how they arrived here, or an indication of its age? There's a clear intention in the words. Dismissing the incantation as nonsense, as some of my colleagues recommend, is beyond idiotic. Review redacted for full report. Alrighty, I think I will take a bit of a water break here, though. I will be back shortly-ish. You know, to be fully candid, I am a bit baffled at the idea that they would have a game that they have released on the PS, but they would not, and they would port it to the PC, but they would never put it on the game station. Is weird.
After all these years, Dylan is here. But am I too late? How is he? I need to know.
He's clearly been affected by the hiss, but it's different than any other manifestation we've recorded. Maybe what makes you so special is genetic. He was a prime candidate. Or maybe it's Polaris protecting him, something else affecting the situation. I need to run tests. He seems more in control, more present.
I want to see him. My brother. Or is he?
Of course. Now, Marshall set up an HRA-warded cage to contain him. It's on the upper floor, up the stairs.
Okay, I need to go.
Jesse, be careful.
Alrighty. Let's talk to Lady.
Jesse, when you were down in research, did you run into a Dr. Rhea Underhill?
I didn't. Who is she?
She is a colleague of mine. A researcher studying a kind of extra-dimensional mold growing below research.
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
No one does. Look, I haven't heard from Rhea since the hiss arrived. Would you mind having a look around for her next time you're in research?
Of course.
Thanks, Jesse. Now, what's on your mind?
I visited the quarry. What's the plan for all that Blackrock?
The Bureau has used Blackrock almost exclusively for containment purposes. See, I say, branch out. Instead of boxes, helmets. Instead of blast shields, knives.
Knives?
Yes, knives! So many combat applications. Slicing, stabbing, gouging. Sorry. I've been trying to get Darling to explore combat applications for years. I got a little excited.
Wow.
Did Emily used to be military?
This place is looking good. Arish is making real progress around here.
Right? This place is a fortress. And with him taking care of operations here, I can spend more time analyzing the hiss. I've been attempting to isolate and neutralize the hiss resonance in blood samples, but no luck so far.
So you can't reverse it?
Not yet, but perhaps reversing it is too simple. See, if hiss resonance can rewrite human genetics, then perhaps it's a question of rewriting the hiss resonance. In theory, that could pave the way for custom human genetic alteration.
I wonder how often the phrase mad scientist is used around here.
So I love Emily. She just gave the energy of my favorite Chinese geneticist, who every single tweet he produces quite literally is the writings of someone in a horror game like Resident Evil or BioShock or something, like during like the end of the, like right before the collapse.
How is HRA production coming along?
Better than expected. We've already made enough to get people out of a couple safe rooms. And they're here, alive, thanks to you. We never would have lasted this long if you hadn't walked in those doors.
You deserve thanks too, of course. We got this place up and running together, Emily.
Alrighty.
I should be going.
Let's go talk to Brooder.
Oh, I will.
What's that G? So they said up the stairs to the right? Probably where we have guards, where there weren't guards before.
You are a worm through time. The thunder's home distorts you. Happiness comes, white pearls, but yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror inverted is made right. Leave your inside by the door. Push the fingers through the surface into the way. You've always been in your youth. Walk is the control. We stand around you while you dream. You can almost hear our words, but you forget. Through time, the thunder's home distorts you. Happiness comes. You are a worm through time.
Shit.
The thunder's home distorts you.
That's Dylan.
White pearls,
Can you
but
hear
yellow
me?
and red in the eye.
Oh, come on, Dylan. I'm here. I found you.
The surface into the way. You've always been in your youth. Walk is the control.
Do you know who I am? Oh, you know me. Say it.
You are Dylan Faden's sister.
He's talking in the third person. Always a good sign. Do you know who you are?
Not Dylan. Trench and Darling made sure of that. I'm P6. P6. But I'm better now. The hiss made me better. Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been the new you. You want this.
Can you stop that? Please. Not exactly the reunion I'd hoped for.
It feels good to say those words. I want to say them. They sound good. They make me feel good. Don't you want to say them too?
No. Fuck off, no. You need to help me get this thing out of his head. If he is still in there, if there is anything left, you have to help me.
You came in through the hole in you. We let you in. You've always been here. The only truth. A copy of a copy of a copy of a copy.
Stop it!
Orangeville.
Shit. Shit. He can see you. This is not safe.
We found Polaris together with my sister when we were very small. In Ordinary. In the desert, through the door opened up by the slide projector. But she didn't help when Trench took me away. She didn't give me any powers. All the powers are my own powers. She didn't help when they locked me up for years. After the song time for applause, we build you till nothing remains. The air cracks and the truth will emerge out of you. You are home. The Bureau brought the slide projector back here with me. And the Bureau did what the Bureau does. They used it. And they found... They opened the door up to the hiss. That's the only thing I can thank them for.
There. There it is. We stopped the Altered World event in Ordinary when we shut down the slide projector. And now the projector's here.
An earworm is a tune you can't stop humming in a dream. Baby, 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 yeah. Just plastic. So safe. Nothing to worry about. Funny. I welcomed the hiss. I let it in. To get rid of her. The hiss set me free. Polaris is using you. The Bureau is using you. You are a puppet. You can almost hear our words, but you forget.
If we shut off the slide projector, maybe that will stop the hiss.
Your regulations.
Maybe it's not too late for my brother.
You must see the truth for yourself, Jesse. Sister. The horrible truth about the Bureau. The hiss is the better option. Go to the Prime Candidate program in the containment sector. I have the keycard to get you there. Salvador wanted me to have it.
Wanted? Bullshit. I saw what the Hiss did to Salvador. What it turned him into.
Okay, Dylan. I'll go. I want to see the truth for myself.
I'll go. But only to look for this lie projector. You can help me. We can end this.
You are a worm through time. You are a worm through time. The thunderstorm distorts you. Happiness comes.
I don't know what
Alright,
else
our
I'm gonna
brother's
find here.
tweaking.
Dylan. Can we talk?
I'd like to tell you about a dream I had last night.
Off to a good start.
Okay. I'm listening.
I was back in Ordinary before all of this happened. But in the dream, I was alone. It was just me. I was the only child. A girl. My name was Jesse Dylan Faden. But then the Bureau came and caught me, brought me back here, locked me up. Have you ever noticed that our names, Jesse, Dylan, they could be girls' names, boys' names, could be anything. Don't you find that weird? I find that weird.
So,
sure.
What the hell was that? Is he trying to mess with me?
So this is what's weirding me out about Dylan. He's lost his shit, but like in the context of everything else that's happening in this goddamn franchise, it's like he's peering just beyond the veil in order to kind of extract things, but he's not fully together enough to like elaborate on things or whatnot. Is he seeing a different reality? Is he tapping into that?
Maybe Dylan's still in there. Maybe there's a way to reach him.
I'd like to talk to my brother, please. Dylan?
Dylan would like to tell you about a dream he had just now.
This again?
I was going to be the new director of this place. I helped you get a job here so that we could be together. You were an office assistant. You'd make coffee and deliver the mail, and there was always plenty of work to do. And it stayed that way forever and ever. It was nice. Really nice.
That's debatable.
But here's the strange thing. The dream shifted, and none of it was real anymore. It was a game. We were in a game, and it was a fucking boring game. But you couldn't stop playing. And then it shifted again. Or maybe it was another dream already. Or maybe I'm just confusing them.
Must have been Vicky
But in this
3.
other dream,
Nemi,
it
no.
was more like a musical. This is an ordinary song about an ordinary girl from an ordinary town. It's the ordinary story. She worked an ordinary job in an ordinary office. Something. And that's all I can remember of that dream.
Maybe that's for the best.
You are a worm through time.
What's with all this Vicky 3 hate?
Maybe I can learn more about the...
Y'all come to me on the day of my dog's quinceañera, and you talk about these things against this game that I love. Why? What has it done to you? Come on now. Cruel.
Hiss from him.
Can we talk?
I'm defending enjoying it.
Interesting dream.
Oh, shit.
That's fascinating, but let's talk about the Hiss for a change, yeah?
This dream was about the hiss.
Best I'm gonna get.
In my dream, the hiss had broken free of this prison, this house. I'd set it free. And the president himself was there to welcome us. He was the first one to take the hiss in. Spread the word. At first, many people thought it was horrifying. That he was horrifying. But also, many people who heard his words wanted to welcome the hiss in. And slowly, more and more of them came around until the whole world was brought together by the hiss. It was wonderful.
Okay, thanks for sharing that. For the record, that will never happen. Not as long as I'm alive.
The thunderstorm distorts you.
Alright, what other wisdom does our brooder
Maybe I'm
have?
just here to punish myself. Any new dreams you'd like to share, Dylan?
I'm glad you asked, sister. This dream, like all dreams now, felt very real. Like reality. And reality now feels like a dream. Maybe it's all a dream. Maybe it's all real.
Dream where my brother endlessly tells me about his dreams.
I was in a dark place, and there was a dark man there. His name was Mr. Door, and he told me that there are many worlds, side by side, on top of each other, some inside of others. In one world, there was a writer who wrote a story about a cop. In another world, the cop was real. Door said he himself was in all of them at the same time, endlessly shifting between them. I asked him how I could reach these worlds. I wanted to bring the hiss there. But he didn't want to help me. He didn't like the idea. What did he know?
Alright,
Wild
so
about the idea myself.
that is referencing Mr. Hatch from Quantum Break, who was played by Lance Reddick and is played by someone else in Alan Wake 2. Because Lance Reddick's dead. That's talking about Alan Wake, a writer who wrote a story about a cop. The cop is Alex Casey, who is a character that you interact with in Alan Wake 2. He's actually Saga's partner.
Here we go again. Once more with feeling. Let me guess. You want to tell me about your dream?
Yes. Yes. In fact, I'm having a dream right now.
Oh. That's new.
In this dream, I'm standing in the corner watching Jesse and Dylan talk about this very dream. This very dream! He said just now! And repeated it again now! I'm standing there and watching, and that's all I can do. It's as if I'm trapped there. And that's all I have to say about that dream.
Okay, Dylan. That's good. Is he still in there? Or is this the hiss playing mind games?
That was very red-coded for a second there. That was very uncomfortable. Yeah, no, regrettably, Dream is in the room with us right now. We have to be careful so we don't get the Gumball, or Gumball's voice actor canceled again, for, you know, slurring it up at the man for allegations about him being a diddler of the Minecraft variety. For those of you who know what the hell I'm talking about, know how ridiculous the situation is, and that, yeah. Very, very, very weird. Alright, so, challenging expedition that grants rare rewards. Expedition gear. Okay. I think I want more tokens then, since that seems to be kind of like a action-adventure sideline type of thing. What quests we got going on right now? Captive audience. Anchor. Fridge duty. Let's do fridge duty because I feel kind of bad about dude. So we'll go to the Panopticon. Yeah, just go to the Panopticon. We'll take the elevator up to see if the dude is even still alive after we talk to Baldo to see if he has any opinions about, you know, sending a replacement. Alright. Alright, sassy pants.
Let me know when the hiss are gone. I miss my desk.
Alright.
I'll see.
Like always.
You failed me, Langston. You were supposed to save the Jedi. What's going on when Obi-Wan is tweaking to Anakin at the end of Episode 3? Now, admittedly, justifiably tweaking, but tweaking nonetheless. You were supposed to bring balance to the Force and not destroy it! I think that's the line? Well, I mean, I suppose I'm using the term tweaking when I probably should be using crashing out, which is how the kids call it. And by tweaking, I mean just, like, shouting at someone like a raving madman. Even if he is shouting in an understandable manner. But, like... You know, it brings down the property prices when people shout like that, so you know you're... And we don't want Obi-Wan Kenobi to bring down the property prices of Mustafar, given that they're already in the toilet because it's a lava planet. Though I imagine the rental prices are cheap there. Anakin does seem like the more reasonable one of those two there towards the end. The end of the conversation? Or the end of the movie?
Keep your eyes open, Father. Keep them open.
Hey, what can I do?
Oh, you're back. Oh, thank you, thank you. If I look away, I don't know what this thing will do. You have to get me out of here. The door can only be opened by the Panopticon supervisor. That's Langston, if he's still around.
Langston. Yeah, I know him. I'll go ask him how to get you out.
Please hurry. My eyes, they can't.
Hey, calm down. Just focus. What's your name?
Focus, right. My name's Philip, and I think I can hold on for a bit. It's just my eyes. My eyes hurt so much.
Just hang on, Philip.
So this is something that always kind of weirded me out in regards to, like, the SCP... What is it, like, SCP-147? Like, the first one you encounter in the video game where it's, like, concrete statue that looks like a peanut.
There's someone named Philip up in a cell. He's watching a refrigerator and very rapidly losing it.
Philip? Oh shit, I forgot about fridge duty. He's been in there for over a day, I totally forgot.
You're an asshole.
You forgot about him?
There's a lot going on. The hiss, the Benikoff TV. Considering the number of things I'm juggling, ma'am, I think it's...
Listen, it's fine. We just need to get him out of there. He said you'd be able to open the cell door?
Yeah, I can unlock it on my terminal. There. Done. Door open. But Philip can't just leave. The fridge is behaving erratically. Ocular contact is the only thing that seems to placate it. If we don't have someone in there watching it 24/7, people will die.
I'll figure something out. I'm pretty good with these things.
Being pretty good with altered items isn't standard Bureau procedure, ma'am.
He doesn't know us very well.
I completely understand his attitude in this moment in time, but because of how irritable that behavior was in Andor, I am holding my tongue about lashing out at this man. Alright, let's see if Philip's dead.
Jesse? I'm back. I'm coming in.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Jesse. The fridge is doing something.
Philip?
Why?
If I look away, it hurts me.
So why is it called Former?
It sounds like the board, but I can't understand it.
Oh, holy cats. What is this thing? This is like that bad guy in Stellaris. So what could the Former be referencing when we... Oh, okay. Oh, it actually destroys the floor. Oh, no, 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 no. It's like, is this like in Cthulhu lore? Because, like, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this creature represented in any of, like, the various, mediums of... Maybe not science, but, like...
There's no Black Pyramid here.
Goofiness? Yes, there is no Black Pyramid here.
The fridge seems fixed. Did fighting that thing off change something?
So, from what we know, there are places of power, objects of power, and altered items. Is the fact that it connects to the astral plane technically make it, that altered item, in a sense, a portable place of power?
Sir. How'd it go? Where's Philip?
Philip's gone. Something happened before I could get him out.
Poor Philip. You never did like fridge duty. But if you're here, then who's watching the fridge?
The fridge is fine now. I took care of it.
You don't just take care of altered items. What did you do?
I touched it and wound up in the astral plane. This thing was in there. It was huge, had one big eye. Wasn't friendly.
We've been getting reports from the astronauts lately about something fitting that description. The astral plane is usually connected to our world through objects of power, not altered items. If this thing is linking itself to altered items, then it's clearly powerful. This may happen again.
Do you think that thing is what got Philip?
Must have been. The Panopticon is a dangerous place. The agents all know the risks. But, since you're some sort of altered item whisperer, I've got a list of others for you to corral. The Hiss are causing containment breaches left, right, and center. Here, start with these. I'll see if there are any others missing while you're gone. My life just got a whole lot easier.
I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always.
Man is a goblin. You mean I don't have to do my job? Hell yeah. Which, you know, I can't deny the allure of, you know, your boss taking on, like, a significant portion of your duties. Very convenient place to be. Alright, so... we'll save our points from now. We might want to do levitation, but I haven't decided yet. I guess next thing we'll do is we'll travel to parapsychology? Central research even? Is that why my Amazon package is late? Well, you know, sometimes when things get hella possessed, like, your items that you want fulfilled are lost in the astral plane. You know, there's nothing Amazon can do, you know, when, you know, such things happen. You know, the Empire's not miracle workers. Wow. Calling us lazy, bastard. Can't believe you'd do this. Oh, good God. I mean, we probably would, but, like, I don't know how that would work. It's just, like, the bureaucratic incompetence is, like, vast to a level that would worry me about the survival of the astronauts of the Amazon teams. They'd get nothing done for sure. Alright, so let's go talk to our doctory friend. He's reclassified now. But... I mean, given how, like, I observe security at sites, I don't know if it'd be like we first party make the equipment for them to use, so we'd have, like, Kindle brand, like, interdimensional armor to go into, like, the astral plane like these fuckos. But we would, like, contract out to, like, random, like, contractors. Yes, I am, British lady.
Do you normally barge into people's private workspaces
spaces.
She clearly doesn't know who she's talking to.
Shouldn't you be in a safe room? Why? Because of those hiss things the Rangers keep going on about. Haven't you people sorted that out yet? The situation down here could spell doom for the Bureau.
You mean this mold?
Correct. Perhaps you could help me. I require samples of various mold strains, and the mold has made the environment far too dangerous for me to fetch them myself.
Really? Mold samples? I thought this could spell doom.
It could, and it will, whoever you are. The mold is spreading. We need to find the source before it spreads too far.
And these samples will do that?
No. Samples of 5 unique strains, when blended properly, will allow you to travel deeper into the pit, where I've pinpointed the approximate location of the source of the mold.
Okay. So what do these samples look like?
Similar to the one on my table there. I've made a list of the samples I need here. You'll find them throughout the threshold.
I'll take a look. My name's Jessie, by the way.
I'm sure it is.
Oh, I love how she doesn't even know that we're the new director, which means she's completely disconnected. So, like, this is the thing we were suspecting earlier, where anyone who's connected to the zeitgeist of the location immediately gets transmitted information. Which I guess she was, or she might have heard the guards mention the hiss. Because everybody immediately knew we were the director, everyone immediately knew to call it the hiss. And, like, the fact that she doesn't know or doesn't care could either speak to the fact... Probably speaks more to the fact of her being an academic. It's like, I'm imagining, like, I don't know... For some reason, Jimmy Carter comes to mind. Like, Jimmy Carter walks into a nuclear lab, and, like, you know, some people recognize him, some people don't, but, like, the head researcher's like, "Who the fuck are you, and what are you doing in my lab?" And basically shoos him off. Is the energy this lady
Have you worked
gives.
with Emily Pope?
Our paths have crossed. Darling arranged for us to have a coffee. A meeting of the minds, he called it. She's talented. I can certainly see her doing well here.
I feel like there's a but coming.
But she's drunk a bit too much of the Bureau's proverbial Kool-Aid. She shouldn't be afraid to forge ahead on her own. Science is skepticism. Everything must be questioned before the truth can emerge.
So, is Darling your boss?
If you insist on clinging to such outdated hierarchies, then yes. However, I would argue that our fields are too dissimilar for one to manage the other. Of course, Darling would much prefer to find his own miracle solution to the Bureau's fungal frustrations. He always needs to be the hero.
So tell me again how you came to work at the Bureau?
Well, like I said, I was brought in as a special advisor. A temporary position, you see. Although that's not the whole truth. I was employed here for a time, straight out of university. After a decade of admittedly fascinating work in threshold research and regulation, I began to chafe under the bureaucracy. I needed a change. Not that academia was so different.
And then the mold happened.
About 4 months ago, yes. Since my departure from the Bureau, they hadn't been able to find my equal in threshold analysis. Darling and I had kept in touch over the years, meeting at conferences and the like. He called me, and I booked a flight. I've never been able to say no to a man with a dangerous alien biosphere. I had to leave my post.
Oh,
in the
they're
middle of term,
fucking.
but so be it.
So she's a professor. That explains a lot.
Did not catch that when I was watching Jesse Cox play this. Yeah, it is tragic, but I feel that's like an issue more and more and more as like we have more over specialization, maybe appropriate levels of specialization, but like over specialization in like the sciences, where like I have heard stories of like someone who's talking about like anthropods, like six-legged anthropods, and when asked about like centipedes or like spiders, they're like, "Oh no, I have no idea about that. That's completely out of my area." Which
The mold seems to be having some
novel.
weird effects on things.
Indeed. Even people are susceptible. The fungus grows rapidly within the chest cavity, killing the host. Luckily, one must ingest the stalks to become infected.
Don't eat the mold. Okay.
We've always cremated the infected bodies after autopsy, but I believe there may be another stage of maturity. A blooming, if you will.
I never thought the word blooming would sound so horrible.
Alrighty.
Thanks for the information.
My pleasure. Back to it then.
So, is this down here? It says active threshold, and this is an active threshold.
It smells so sweet down here. Suddenly I'm really hungry. How does mold tastes?
Jesse, no. Not like string theorists who have to know at least 15 versions of string theory to be insured a job for life. Bro. Oh, sweet baby. Oh god, my throw arm is no longer powerful enough. We might want to do the mold later. If this mold spreads, you and I could be the only survivors. The last of us, one could say. Yeah.
Are those people?
You looking at Jesse? We've seen the mold monsters before, to be fair. The titter titter Jonah Jameson laugh. Throw explosives at these guys. No, that does less damage than I would have thought. Oh, no. This world, in how everything is going wrong and how everyone is taking it with admittedly a respectable amount of aplomb, is like very much reminding me of like Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead in regards to like the idea of like people dealing with like multiple cataclysms going on at once. Oh, granted, like this isn't as bad as like the Cataclysm scenario, but we do quite literally have like a research lab run by the government specializing in interdimensional research where they have like goofed it up
Found one.
to an extent where you have like an interdimensional monster, you know, having a little adventure. And you then, as a result of said adventure, have to fight like, oh dear, like fungal monsters, Scooby-Doo monsters, like demons, Though, admittedly, I don't think we've quite arrived at demons quite yet. Ooh, energy quest. Alrighty, let's clean up our loadout. Personal mod. So tier 5 is the max tier. Launch efficiency cost, health plus 40%. But like, I suppose like we're in Zedra, which kind of thinking about it in that way strikes me as really weird, because like
This must be one of the samples.
if we're in a creating a like massive like expanded universe mood, which many times I am in, though today I think we shan't. We could very well just go off and say, like, the world of, you know, Cataclysm is in the same expanded universe that the Remedy people are trying to establish, which really, okay, this is really weird. Amuses me greatly.
Gross. Underhill is gonna
I think
own
we
me for
will
this.
start having adventures in Cataclysm again soon. I'm increasingly in the mood to play around with it and see how the game has been developed. Though it does require me to figure out how to get the thing to work. Oh god, it's a...
One of Underhill's samples.
No. No. We'll watch it over here. We'll watch it over here. As I run directly into a zombo.
Building shifts occur at random and without warning, but with the Bureau's cutting-edge technology, we can stabilize the oldest house. Safe employees are happy employees. Certain rituals allow agents to navigate the oldest house as well. But accidents do happen. Trapping agents inside the walls. I heard you got stuck in your room for 3 days, Topher. Too bad you didn't have your book with you. Or any food. And remember, kids, when you feel the floor deviate, it's already much too late.
I suspect, since they grabbed Dylan and Jesse when they were kids, that the threshold... Oh, yep. Oh, I'm still alive. I suspect that the Threshold kids were designed for Dylan to watch when he was still maturating. Which, if you think about it, explains why he's so screwed up now. Because, like, imagine that's, like, your only kid show you're able to watch. Like, that would turn someone cuckoo banana. Where you be? You be here.
This looks like a good one. That's all 5 samples. I should get these back to Underhill.
Alrighty, and we return
With mold for me.
our British friend.
I found all 5, but I kind of wanted to eat them. The mold has that effect on some people. Likely due to the fact it's not actually mold or even of this dimension. I suspect it is the result of 2 incompatible molecular structures, one dominant, coming into contact. I call it mold or fungus because it's closer in appearance and behavior than anything else we know. Except perhaps bacteria.
She reminds me of my old biology teacher.
Did you happen to meet any more members of my ranger detail?
I didn't see any rangers. Just walking mold people. Unless...
Yes. If you found mold people, you found my rangers. I refer to the creatures as hosts. They, like other unwary agents, succumbed to the appetite. But that's nothing for you to worry about. The pill I'm about to make with these samples will make the lower level perfectly safe to traverse. It has the added benefit of immunizing you against the pit's toxic spores.
Feel like I should ask to see her credentials.
There. That didn't take too long now, did it? Ingest this pill, then go and find the source of the mold. Only there can we begin to understand how to stop it.
Take a mystery pill because a rude lady in a hazmat suit tells you to. Great idea, Jesse.
Ugh. Honestly, did you want me to wrap it in cheese?
Not the taste, the smell. It stinks in here now.
Good. That means the pill is working. The worse it smells, the safer you'll be. Now go. Find the source.
Thanks for the information.
I don't think we're high enough level for that.
We don't want to have to come save you. Serious.
Yeah, let's take the elevator. Alrighty. So now there are a ton of areas we can explore that were previously inaccessible. Due to the fact that it was gooified. Get to see what's in our wide, wonderful world of fun of mold adventure. Oh, God. Great. We are nearing the end of the stream here. I'm just trying to figure out if there's anything else I want us to do here. Other than be attacked by infinite, like, fucking goobers. Alright, infinite was supposed to be a joking term, not an actual term. And I think the last thing we'll do is there is an office up here that, if I recall correctly, could only be accessed by levitating. Though that might be farther afield than I suspect. Or maybe it was just the hallway that's a little bit molded. No, there is more. Is that the threshold? It's over here. What is that? Because, like, what I'm trying to think of is there's no good place to get purchase that I can tell for that area, but maybe here? Alright, I need to stop playing around, I'm gonna die. I think that office is something we need the levitation to get into as well. Yeah. Sadly, there's no lore in here. I would have hoped that we would have found something. Alright, so if you go there... Yeah, that's our directorial photo, you know? It's very important that we look all official-like in, our own lore. In honor of the death of Dr. Darling. We'll play with his, whatever the hell. Thinking balls? What do you call those things? Student's Cradle. There's another term for it as well, I thought, but... Student's Cradle does sound the most correct. I'm wondering what my mind is attempting to tell me. Alrighty. So, after we touch the... that should save us. Actually, do we have an outfit? No. We'll end the recording here.